What's rocking, guys? Welcome to another Tracks on Sundays. I'm Trax Max, and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today we're about to pull some shards on our main account because, well, there's a fusion going on, obviously, and I basically need this champion, and I can finish the fusion, but I could do this without pulling shards, is what I'm trying to say. But I don't want to. I'm kind of done. I'm lazy. I want to relax the rest of my weekend and get this over with. I could get this epic as a dupe, as an extra, so I would have him, but I don't care. That's just the honest truth. I don't care. I'll pull him eventually if I really need him. I think he might actually be pretty good in faction wars because of the ability to make a buff last one turn less, which is not really a strip, but it's kind of like a strip. That's probably pretty good against those that Valkyrie waves. But I mean, that's a very niche situation, and do I want to make him 60 for that only? Probably not. So, you know, whatever. You might have noticed I put the camera on the other monitor this time. I don't know why. I thought I'll just try something different. If you don't like it, put it down in the comment, and I'll switch it back around next time. We're just trying new stuff. There's new stuff coming, new stuff in the make for the channel. Also, if my voice is off or whatever, I do have a sore throat and a little bit stuffy nose, so bear with me here. I'm gonna try and make this as short as possible. Okay. So, what is the deal here? Well, the deal is we're gonna pull shards, but I don't have that many shards because I pulled shards during the summon rush, and that's how I obtained the epic, obviously. But I don't want to do the trainings. I don't want to do the next artifact enhancement, all that stuff. I just want to be done. Uh, as you can see, my silver is also really low. My gems are low. I don't have energy. I don't have any energy stacked or anything like that. There's like, I'm kind of, it's almost a necessity that I have to pull right now. At least that's what I'm trying to trick myself into. Anyway, there's also something else that I kind of want, and I know it's better to do this during CVC, but I still have a decent amount of these stored up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 legendaries stored up, and I have 1, 2, 3 epics. Then I almost have this dude or dudette, whatever it. I almost have this thing. So I have some points if I really need them for CVC or whatever, but there's something here that I kind of want to pull right now. There's a couple of cool champions here. I'm not really a fan of Jetney. I'm not too high on Great Hoof Loriaka either. This guy right here, I haven't spoken much about him, but I think he's actually really good. Well, at least his kit looks really good, and I haven't really seen any videos about it, so maybe there's some videos out there that I haven't seen. But let's go over his kit real quick, and I'll tell you why I wanna pull this guy and probably build him for CVC. So on the A1, he has a double hitter, and each hit has a 50% chance of placing provoke. That basically means he has a 75% chance of laying a provoke on the A1. You could add like the mastery to that and make it more, but that's a pretty high chance. For an A1, I think that's pretty decent. It's better than Husk, and people use Husk all the time. Not as a main provoker, obviously, but as like help in that section. But we'll go over this afterwards. When counterattacking, the chance increases to 50%, so 65%. Also very important because, well, you can guess already, this guy does put up counterattack himself. So, yeah, usually this is going to be do, 65%. Then attacks all enemies before attacking has a 100% chance of decreasing duration. So there you go. Not the strip, but like in Hydra, making sure that those buffs are one turn less can really mean that you are actually getting rid of the buffs and they're not spreading, and it just makes a lot of annoying situations less annoying, basically. And also has a 100% chance of putting a decreased speed buff for 2 turns. This is on a 3-turn cooldown. That's actually kind of crazy. This move is really, really good in Hydra. I'm often lacking a champion. Well, a champion that I want to use with this ability. Like, you have physics, and physics is good, but her A1 doesn't do anything, right? So she has this A1 that's pretty useless in Hydra, and then the rest of her kit is okay. And she has the advantage that she's a void champion. But this guy, well, we'll go over what he actually brings to Hydra at the end of all of this, okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's more than what I can count on one hand. So these two things are pretty decent for Hydra. Then you have a place 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns, and places a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns. Unfortunately, this is a 4-turn cooldown, but I mean, he would be pretty busted if this was a 3-turn cooldown. This also places a counterattack buff on this champion, and then places a shield buff on this champion equal to, well, proportional to this champion's defense. And if I'm not mistaken, he's a defense-based. Yes, he's defense-based, so he should have a decent amount of defense. But yeah, he puts counterattack on himself, he puts a shield on himself, and he puts increased defense on everyone and ally protection on everyone. Note how he also puts the increased defense on and then the shield. I mean, that's how it reads right here. So I'm assuming that that's how it actually plays out. I'm not sure, but yeah, we'll see how that really works out eventually. But still, like, this is a lot of buffs, okay? And the fact that he's putting counterattack on himself means that he should be able to be the, what's it called, the mischief tank. So if you can get this guy with enough accuracy and resistance, he's going to be a pretty good candidate for that, which also means that he's going to be counterattacking more often. Yeah, just this already is a pretty decent kit. Then he has this passive protected troops. Whenever this champion is attacked, heals themselves by 1% for each 500 defense this champion has. Now, this skill right here, this counts all the defense, okay? Everything. If you have a defense aura, if you have defense buff, if you have a bunch of items that give you defense, which obviously you're going to put on him because he's defense based and his shield is proportional to the defense, it means he's going to be healing himself. Like, well, let's say in a very poor situation, he has only 5,000 defense. 5,000 defense is pretty easy to get, okay? Especially with the buffs and all that. It's probably going to be more like 9,000 to 10,000 defense that's going to be on this dude. That's a lot of healing. That is like 20%, like 15 to 20% healing you're going to get off of this guy every time they attack him. And he's going to be tanky, so he's not going to take a lot of damage to begin with. And he has a shield, so like they might not even get through his shield, to be honest. And if they get through his shield, he's going to start healing himself up, right? Not only that, but heals all other allies under ally protection, so the ones that he's protecting, by 30% of the heal that he was going to get. So he's actually also healing his allies. Last but I was going to say last but not least, but it probably is the least thing about him, but it's still decent, okay? He has a increased accuracy in all battles by 60. Now, I don't know if that fits his kit that well, but it's handy, right? I mean, if you need it, it's there. If you want to kind of drop your accuracy on your champion somehow, or you just can't get the speeds and defense and accuracy and resistance and whatever you want to be doing, this could be handy, right? 60 accuracy is not too shabby. It helps, definitely helps. But yeah, so what are we going? What's going on here? We have provoke on the A1. We have strip buffs, kind of strip buffs, I guess you could call it, but still decent enough. We have the decreased speed. We have ally protection, increased defense, accuracy buff if we need it, and we have healing going on. And with this move here, he could be the mischief tank, but that's like a maybe. That's how you build your, if you build him like that, he could be that, but that's not what's in his kit. But these other 7 things are like literally in his kit without doing anything. When you're going to do Hydra, you're always looking for a whole bunch of stuff that a champion can do. The more it can do, the more useful it's going to be for you inside Hydra, okay? You're going to be able to make more compositions, use more different champions that you're not otherwise able to use. Now, we haven't even spoken yet about what happens like when you put this guy into a provoke set. Well, suddenly you have an AoE provoke, which is really good, okay? Not only for like Hydra, but for other areas of the game as well. And it almost makes sure that this is like almost 100%, right? Like you're almost surely gonna keep that Head of Decay busy if you put this guy in a provoke set. Like it's not 100%, but it's gonna be very hard not to provoke the Head of Decay, I think, if you would do that. Another thing you can do with this guy is actually put him into a hex. Is it hex? No, it's called a cursed set. You could put him into a cursed set, and suddenly this guy is bringing 8 things to the table without counting the fact that he could also be a mischief tank. 9 things to the table if you make a mischief tank out of him. The reason why I'm saying if though is because, well, this thing is on a 4-turn cooldown. And that is usually where the issue lies when you're trying to build a mischief tank. You would actually need like an extender or something so that this counterattack stays on longer. Probably need 2 extenders to be fair. So that's kind of where this has a flaw, I guess, you know. That said, though, being a mischief tank half of the time is still pretty damn good. Another thing you could do with this guy, and which I'd say is still really, really good, is you could put this guy into a protection set. So, 6-piece protection set, and suddenly he will probably be the mischief target because of this counterattack, but he has a 50-50 shot at making these buffs protected. So, yeah. Strategos Islin, I think he's really interesting for Hydra, and, I've been improving my Hydra teams a little bit over the past few months. It's just really hard with legendary books trying to figure out which champions do I want to book. Recently just booked the demon spawn that we pulled. What's his face again? You are Hefrek. I just built that guy out. That's more for live arena, right? So it's kind of pick or choose right now. What do I want to focus on? And I don't really have a clear view of what champion I would want to book other than this guy that I just showed you. So let's go ahead and get this one guy summoned first so that we actually have him on our account. There he is. Boom. Welcome to the squad, dude. I'm going to try and use you to the best of my abilities. I'm going to be pulling these guys because they're not that many points during CBC, and right now they're pretty useful for me, so I try not to use up too many of my fragments, but right now it's just we're in Oh, 350. Right. It's a void. Okay. So let's see here. That puts us at 1892, so we're kind of halfway, right? Okay. Let's start pulling these guys first. The blues. We're looking just for purples and yeah, potentially gold, but I mean, I don't think I'm close to Mercy at all. So if we pull gold, it's just going to be a lucky 1%, you know. But 15 shards is like not a lot. So if we can get like maybe 2 epics or something out of that, that would be great. But I've seen some people do way less than that. I've heard stories of people pulling 35 ancients and getting 0 epics. So we got one. I think she was like the first champion to do a decrease accuracy or increase accuracy. What? Either one. Not a great champion though. I forgot her name, but another epic here. Inigachi. But yeah, we're just hoping for as many epics and legendaries as possible. We'll probably have to pull some voids here as well, just to get the points, you know. But I know you guys don't mind that. Let's see, 4. During the summon rush, I also pulled 15 voids, but nothing really worth mentioning. I don't even remember if I pulled an epic or not. I don't think I did. All right. So we pulled what, three epics? That's actually pretty good for 15 ancients. So I guess the question is, do we pull void shards or do we pull 2 sacreds and some mysteries, or like a sacred and mysteries? I don't really know what makes the most sense here. I think sacreds probably, because at least you know you're gonna get 250, while a void shard could just be, well, most of them are gonna be rares, right? So yeah, let's just pull a couple of these, I guess. How many points do we need right now? Let's just look at it instead of trying to be smart. 1100 points. So maybe let's do some voids as well, I guess. I'm just scared, man. Like, what if they do a Siffy at 180 or something like that, right? Man, like just like a Halloween guaranteed. Thank you for playing, guys. 180 void shards for Siffy. Oh my god. I don't want to give these guys money, but I would probably be inclined to do that if that were the case. Like from Sacreds, there's not really that much that can tempt me to buy Sacreds. Like Rotos would be one, but not. I don't probably still wouldn't buy it. But like Siffy, that'd be nuts. But would they dare ask 180 shards? That's the question. You know what? Let's do Sacreds first, and then we'll see. Maybe we pull a legendary from this, and then we're already. Then we only need to pull 2 Sacreds, and then we can just mystery shard the rest. So that's probably a better idea, right? All right, come on. One time, just give me gold for, you know, randomly. No. Melga, good champion though. Very good progressive champion. Places shield buff on all allies equal to this champion's max HP. Continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. That's on a 3-turn cooldown. Very, very solid champion to keep your team alive. Revives people on a 5-turn cooldown. And 50% chance of removing 1 random debuff from a random ally. Not herself, though. Yeah, that's a kind of wonky move, but whatever. It's more about this than this. Like, she keeps your team alive pretty well. But we're not looking for Malga. We got Malga already. We're looking for some gold. You're not gold, okay? I'll pop 4 voids and we'll see what we get. Maybe I still need to pop a sacred. Yeah, if you're gonna give me these kind of dudes, I'm definitely gonna need to pop a sacred. Oh boy. Arbalester. Interesting champion, I think, but if that A3 was actually on a 4-turn cooldown, I think she might actually be playable in some compositions. Ouch, dude. Like, what do you expect, right? It's not a 2x or anything, so. Okay, so we're stuck at 170. So if yeah, they asked for 200, I'm toast, but if they will go for 180 or something on the next guaranteed, I might still have a shot, right? Let's see what this means for us during the champion chase. We are at 3,222. I need 3,650. Yeah, I think that means I'm gonna quit it right here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys pull the champion that you were hoping to pull this weekend. Are you going for the fusion even? I heard a lot of people just are unable to do it because of how resource intensive it is. Um, I could see that being a problem. I did not do this on my free to play. I just didn't feel like it. I think I could have if I wanted to. I just didn't really feel like it. So, also, Plarium did like a teaser or something for a possible 2 new mythics in the game. Maybe it's a Halloween fusion. Who knows? But yeah, we'll find out pretty soon. I assume once this fusion is over. But thank you so much for watching, and hope you guys have a nice weekend. See you guys next week. Peace.